I would imagine that the first family would feel trapped in some ways, not to be able to just do things freely.
Go to the
Express
store,
themselves
beat up a
freely.
woman.
I mean, those types of things that we have to do every now and then, I don't think Melania would be able to do it.
She might. I think there's a Melania double. I'm convinced that it, right?
I'm almost positive there.
Right. Did anyone else learn something about the White House, or what they think the White House might be like from working on this?
Well, I think once you get there, you realize, I mean, to call it a prison is very, in a figurative sense. You're all of a sudden, the whole world's looking at you. You don't have any freedom. You can, and when you're trying to bring a reality to some of the, these wild, wonderful storylines that Tyler creates, it's sort of like, why does Hunter have these, extramarital affairs? And it's that thing in which he can't have anything else. They can't get divorced. And the realization, like, I love this scene with Daniel tonight where, he sat down, was trying to ask him where Paige was going, and you'll see a realization through the season of Hunter realizing that, his wife and his ambition and her parents and this attainment of power and money and everything that they're going to get in the White House, all of a sudden these two beautiful young children have been drugged along for the entire ride, from the mayor's house to the governor's office to the campaign. Now they're at the White House and we're bananas. And what Daniel speaks to so beautifully about being wounded and being left behind and not being loved, and you realize, we can't back it up. We can't go, oh, you know what? Let's go back to 4th grade and you should play soccer and I'll come to all your basketball games. Let's make sure that, little Gail gets to go to ballet. It's like, oh no. And, and the whole world is going to look at them and judge them and how that affects them. And so I think there might be a realization of once you get there of like, yikes, what have I done?
Yeah, it's really quite lonely. And one thing that because, you shoot the series and you think you're doing something, and then you watch it and you're like, oh, this is a different thing. And one of the things that I learned from watching that I didn't really get such a sense of while we were creating it was how dense the air is in the White House, how thick it feels, how sad it feels, how every single one of us in the first family are just so stuck in this world. And like you said, there's no backtracking. There's nothing but it festering in its own sickness. And that's been like, something very strange and interesting to explore and keep exploring through the series. I would like to see Jason mature and learn how to better communicate with people. And I'd also like to see him actually step into some more, I think it would be really juicy to see him like step into more White House leadership role. So, because what happens,
remember nepotism.
right? What happens to,
Good luck, son.
right, no, right, right, but truly, like what happens to the family of the first family, like what are those kids' jobs, right? Like I want to learn more about that job.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the man walking around naked. I love it.
I know.
I know.
What is he doing?
That's good, though. That's future. I would like to see Priscilla get the respect that she deserves as she serves as passionately as she does.
I'd like to see Richard become president and paint the White House black.
There you go.
Vote for Richard. Vote for Richard. Yeah, hashtag that. Hashtag that.
That's the right way you raise, how you do it, right?
Yeah.
And Bartholomew, his name is Bartholomew, right?
Yes, Bartholomew.
That's Barry's government name.
Yeah. Firstly, I would like to see him find his daughter. Firstly. After that, I would like to see him get back to a normal life and get back to maturing himself and developing his life. His life is on pause right now. Everything was taken from him in one day, so I would like to see him get back to a normal life of becoming a man.
We're just like, okay, we will probably only get one take at this, and it's kind of like theater, and so we need to nail it. And so we started rehearsing as soon as we got our scripts, FaceTiming. And then when he arrived in Atlanta, he had a house on campus.
Yeah, I got a house. We called it the Grind House.
Yeah, the Grind House.
And, it's amazing. On Tyler Perry Studios, you can actually live in old officers' quarters, 150-year-old buildings, the historic district of Tyler Perry Studios. And, you know, we're trying to figure out what places to live. And Tyler told me about that. And I just said, you know what? This is a very ambitious show. And I think we need a home base. We need a home base right here. We have gorgeous dressing rooms and conference rooms and all that kind of stuff, but a little place off, you know, in the corner of the studio. And I just sort of put the word out and I go, anyone and everyone who wants to come, let's grind, let's work. And the next thing I know, it was like a parade. Everybody was just there. Everyone was there.
Everyone.
Every bedroom, the dining room, you know, piles of scripts everywhere. The whole schedule, like, you know, taped to the wall and stuff. I mean, it was a war room, and everybody worked literally about as hard as they possibly could to be ready for that moment. Everyone appreciated the opportunity this was, and it wasn't just you got a job. It wasn't just you got a job for Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry Studios partnering with Viacom, Tyler coming home to BET, the launch of BET Plus. We were going to literally be the tip of the spear of something so big, and we all just went and you know, and worked as hard as we possibly. Every single cast member, and I mean, you know, Melissa Williams she had 3 episodes in our, you know, to start in our, and she came in, worked tirelessly with everybody on all their other stuff just for her 3 episodes, then became Denise, because she was Ruth, then became Denise and did that. And then I'm pretty sure she took that sort of work ethic to Ruthless, the spinoff on BET. And so, yeah, it was, and that is why when you see an episode like this, and it really is for the most part one take, and every single actor on this show just nailed it.
But also, if I could add, we all received a phone call from our executive producer, Mr. Mark Swinton, letting us know. It was like the scary call to let you know to be super prepared.
Absolutely.
But he gave us the expectations, you know, which was awesome.
I'm glad you got the part. Now let me tell you what you're gonna do. In 2 weeks, you're gonna have and that. Well, these guys were going to do homework anyway, but that was my big thing. Like, it's going to all be about the homework because, you know, as an actor, you know, I was an actor teacher in a former life. You know, you do like rehearsals and takes so that you can have that process of discovery. You know, but if you're not going to get all of that, then you have to do the homework so that you can just live in it in the moment. And that's what these guys did so expertly.